Hey, Brother Reality here. Let's talk about the disconnect. It can happen in different ways. The disconnect can happen just throughout time. Two people going in different directions. It can happen when one person has found something outside of their relationship or their marriage and their attention is on that. And it can also happen, and this is the one that's the most difficult to deal with, it can also happen when you have children. Because as a man, I'm speaking from a man's point of view, the woman that you once knew is no more. You know, the woman who put you first or thought about what you want, thought about the things that you might have needed, that doesn't happen anymore because now this beautiful child has come along and they deserve your lady's undivided attention, because whether men want to admit it or not, whether we face the truth or not, the woman is the primary caregiver of any child. She just is. That's the way God made it. That's the natural order of things. That's just the way it is. So when you as a man are used to your woman being one way, once that child come along, you forget about it, man. You coming second to that child. A lot of men can't deal with that. Some can, but a lot of them can't. Speaking for myself, just a little insight. I had a hard time at first. Eventually, I had to understand, what the role of a mother really entails, but I had a hard time with it at first too. But, the disconnect, man, is real. And I'm a firm believer when two people have lost a connection, when the disconnect has taken place, it's damn near impossible to get it back. That's just my opinion. Other people may feel differently. When two people have realized that, something's gone, it's just not there anymore, it's hard to get it back. I've seen guys, when the disconnect happens, they still try to maintain, they still try to keep, the happiness there. They still try to work and make it, what it used to be, but it'll never be what it used to be. Your relationship, your marriage, it will never be what it used to be. Especially when you talk about having children. And even when the children get older, it's almost like y'all have to learn how to get to know one another all over again. Because you may live in the same house as this person, but everything you do is separate. You didn't know that it would get that way. Matter of fact, you didn't even know it got that way, but it did. One day you look up and you're watching TV in the living room and she's watching TV in the bedroom, and both of you were content with that because that's just the way it just happened that way. And most of the time the child is going to be where the mother is, unless it's an older, young man, he wants to be around his dad. But you look up one day and everything you do is separate. You're basically living in the same place, but you're living separate lives. The disconnect, man, is real, And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's no reason not to go out here and have a family. Nah, having a family is something to be proud of. It's something that you should want to do. But know what comes with it. That's just one example. I'm just giving you one example of the disconnect because to me, that one is the hardest to get past. That one is the hardest to deal with. The other two, it's almost like it's a choice. You're deciding to go one way when your significant other is going the other way. You're deciding to go a different path. And seeking something outside of your marriage and seeking something outside of your relationship, that's a recipe for disaster anyway. So, you know, those two to me can be prevented. When a child is involved, you really got to be on your P's and Q's for the disconnect not to happen. But I just wanted to drop this quick message, you know. Wanted to make a little late night video, but I'll be getting with y'all soon with some of these, family. I'm kind of changing the platform a little bit, but I'll be getting with y'all soon, family. Peace.